Do 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 bum 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 do 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 bum 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 bum. News at 10 past 10. Hello and welcome to News at 10 past 10 with me, where we look at the week's news and we look at the good, the bad and the bloody ugly that has gone on this week in the news. Why am I so big? It's not something I say very often. But yeah, we're going to be having a look at the world news, see what's going on, see what people think, see what people make of it, and we can discuss it. Hi Daniel, hope you're good. We will very quickly get going, he says. Just see, oh no, there we go, that's the one I want. Oh, Annie, it's the one that I want. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at the news this week, which includes 2 tragic shootings in different parts of the world. The Met Police, Justice, is it Justice? Trump, Starmer, misogyny. Yeah, we're going to cover all that. So, Ayasides Master, hope you're good as well. Got some nice warm Guinness. It's a bit like warm cider, which we talked about the other day. Oh, Angela. Angela's on. So we're getting people on board now. So everyone says hello to themselves. And what I will do is I'll start getting a bit busy now. So let's with the news that's occurred this week, and there's been quite a bit of it. I say quite a bit of it, I mean a lot of it. Not all of it good. Very little of it good. But the good news is that we are looking at more interesting stuff and stuff that makes you laugh and makes you go, oh really, I didn't know that, later on. At least that's the plan. Anyone else come in? No? Right, so let's get going. December the 12th was a Friday. Photos released from Epstein's files, including Trump and Branson being there. Woody Allen was there, Bill Gates, Prince formerly known as Andrew, Bill Clinton and more. But none of them show anyone doing anything that they shouldn't be doing. Hi Buzzard. Starmer says it's beyond belief that the junior doctors may strike next week during a flu epidemic. And Stanley Baxter dies aged 99. And Ms. Trollope, the writer, also dies aged 82. You're very early off the Doctor Who chat, Stato. There's a Doctor Who reference later on, which you may or may not enjoy. You probably will, actually. Get a little bit more. There we go. Chair's in the wrong place. It wasn't anything else. It was a chair that was in the wrong place. Anyway, we'll come to that in a bit. Saturday the 13th, 3 Americans killed by ISIS attacking Syria. 2 military. It wasn't an actual ISIS attack though, as we found later on. The Met Police are going to stop looking into Andrew, formerly known as Prince, in the claims of him getting his guards paid for by the taxpayers to dig dirt up. Specialist rape and sex offence investigators are told police forces to stop girl and women violence. Which is all well and good, can't argue with that, but sadly men and boys get raped as well. Sexist, 2-tier, or am I just pushing it a little bit there? But no, it's not just, I mean yeah, obviously it's mainly girls and women, but I mean, they keep going on about everyone has to be treated the same, yet they don't mention men and boys who are getting sexually assaulted left, right and centre. So yeah, interesting that, isn't it, from this government. Also, there was breaking news. There was a university shooter at Rhode Island. It's a university. 2 died, we later found out. Sunday the 14th, a shooting. I went to bed knowing about the shooting in America, woke up to the shooting in Australia on Bondi Beach. 16 dead, including one of the gunmen, 40 in hospital, and it turned out it was a father and son who did the attack. The father was shot dead, the son was injured, and has, I think, just come out of a coma. But some brave people there as well tried to stop the attack, including a guy who disarmed the son, but then I think if I was in that situation I'd have done that. I think I'd have shot the son, I'll be honest with you. But no, fantastic work from people, and yeah, where are we going in the world? I mean, Australia is not known as one of the most violent countries in the world. America, university shooting, I mean, it's just unbelievable. A person of interest was arrested in the USA after the uni shooting. That brings us to Monday the 15th. Tributes laid on Bondi Beach. 25 people are still in hospital, including one of the gunmen. It's the son. The father, as I said earlier, was killed. The question was asked by the Telegraph: was Iran involved? Were they something to do with Iranian militants? Rob Rayner and wife found dead in America. Very famous behind-the-scenes person, not someone we'd never ever heard of, but was behind a lot of TV shows, including I think Freddie Savage did a little tribute to him because Boy Meets World was one of his programs that he did. His son, his grown-up son, not Freddie's, Rob Reiner's grown-up son, was arrested. Resident doctors reject latest offer by the government, and the strike is to go ahead, mainly saying no pay rise. 83% of the 60-odd% who voted for strike action. Streeting says it's a shocking disregard, self-indulgent and dangerous. Yeah, but you put this on yourself, didn't you? Because last year you just caved into them and give them everything they wanted, so they're going to come back for more. A bit like Rachel from Accounts, who keeps coming back for more taxes, even though she doesn't necessarily need them. Positive noises for peace in Ukraine. The invasion in Ukraine, which talks been held in Berlin. And Trump says some nice things. Doesn't happen very often. Trump says he will file lawsuit at the BBC over Panorama. BBC News at 10 didn't mention it, even though he said this well before 9 o'clock, so a good hour before the BBC News at 10 went on air. NHS to start puberty blocker trials on 200, pre-teens. Unbelievable. The government did the right thing a while ago by banning puberty blockers, but now they've decided that, bowing to pressure, I assume, from minorities, that we need to inflict these beta blockers on 200 new children. No. As I've said many times before, you can go back if you can be arsed looking through all these things. Sexual abuse of children, and like I said before, we're talking about rape and all that kind of thing of children, boys and girls, is a horrendous thing. But puberty blockers take it to a whole new level. You are literally messing with the development of a human being for an experiment? What the f*** is that about? Personally, I think anyone who's given any child puberty blockers for any reason other than to save their lives, which is very unlikely, should be prosecuted for child abuse. Any charity that actually goes ahead and encourages children to do this should face go to court and face charges of child abuse. Any parent of a child who allows their child to have puberty blockers should lose the ability to look after that child. That child should go into care, and they should be done for child abuse as well. If you let your child starve, child abuse. If you beat your child abuse. If you sexually assault your child abuse. All that is correct. But it's okay for parents to say, yeah, you can have puberty blockers. A child cannot decide if they want a tattoo. They cannot decide if they want to have sex or many other things until they are 16, 18. So why can a child consent when they're pre-teen to be taking something that they do not understand the consequences of? It's absolutely ridiculous. And Keir Starmer, it's more Keir Starmer nonsense. And he should go, if he's behind this, he should go to prison as well. Anyway, I don't know why they're trying the puberty blockers on minors. There are reasons, some have to do with development progress being wrong. But my thing, hiya Helen, my thing is that we've, round the world, thousands of children have had puberty blockers. So why do we need to experiment on children now when we've already got the information that we're going to get from thousands of children rather than 200 children? No, this is wrong on so many levels. Any abuse of a child is wrong, but anything that messes with their development, I mean, that's beyond abhorrent. And I've said it before, if you're regular, you know I've said this all the time. I just get really, really, really fed up with it. George151. Oh, hang on a minute. Long time no see. How are you? Talking about puberty blockers, I'm getting angry, but you've calmed me down now. It's is it with Rachel? Uh-oh, I don't know what's going on now. So yeah, that's my rant about that. You can agree, disagree. Hey doctor, leave those kids alone. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba boom. All in all, you're just another child abuser. Yeah, it's, oh God, makes me so angry. Anyone on the cabinet should go to prison because, you know, you cannot allow, there must be someone on the cabinet who has children who have not gone through puberty, who might be a little bit confused. A friend of mine's son, well not son, but partner's child, when he was very little, like wearing princess dresses. Grown out of it now. But what was wrong with that? Doesn't mean he wants to be a girl or anything. It's just absolutely stupid. Which is out at the moment. Alright, well, at least, yeah, it's just everyone's names changed. I've not mentioned then that you need to go for your break. Anyway, rant about puberty blockers done. Tuesday, the 16th. A Liverpool driver gets 21 years for ramming into crowds at the celebrations of Liverpool winning the FA Cup, Premier Cup, A Cup. Rob Reiner's son is to be charged with the murder of him and his wife. The UK to re-sign Erasmus scheme for youngsters to study abroad and here. That includes doing apprenticeships in Europe as well as studying in college and university. Turns out it's going to cost us money. Keir Starmer doesn't care about our money, he'll give it away. 22 are still in hospital following the shooting on Bondi Beach. And the BBC says, finally, it will defend itself against Trump's, what's it called? File lawsuits. Trump's lawsuits against the BBC. He wants $5 million. Does Trump for the... is it billion? There was too many noughts. I think it's $5 billion, which is about £6, let's be honest. He also said, Trump, when he was saying about it, he was saying that, you know, that the BBC put words in his mouth that he didn't say. Well, he did say them. He even said AI. Well, they didn't use AI. They don't need to use it. Even Trump doesn't have any intelligence, so, I mean, artificial or otherwise. So it's very, oh no, that's me not going to America, is it? At least for 5 years. Oh, bugger, never mind. Sorry. But yeah, the BBC say they are going to defend itself against that. What the BBC did was edit something to make it look like Trump had said something he'd not said in the way it was presented on the TV. Right. And the BBC, to be fair, as I've said before, it's a state-run operation. It's paid for by the state, and it obviously is influenced by whoever's in 10 Downing Street, because the amount of left-wing stuff they're putting up and the amount of stuff they're ignoring is unbelievable. We make mockery of Russian news channels, Iranian news channels, China news channels. In fact, any news channel that's run by a dictator. Well, Keir Starmer and his Starzy, see what I did there? Turning us into Korea, North Korea or whatever. But I don't think that the BBC should be allowed to do any news programmes whatsoever. So no 24-hour news, no news at 10, no news programmes at all, no question time, no panorama if it's political, nothing. Because it's obviously going to be biased, and it just stick to entertainment. Mr. Storm is pro-EU, yeah. I'm totally banned in America too. Sure, it's just a case of how much the BBC have to pay. Yeah, I think if the BBC had said, look, sorry, Donald, we messed up. They did apologise, but they said, we messed up. Give you $100,000 for your favourite charity, which would be Donald Trump. He might have let it go. But they didn't offer him anything because they're so fucking arrogant. And, you know, people have said, it's not the licence payers who are going to pay it, it's going to be insurance, because they should be insured for this kind of thing. But yeah, no, the BBC is so arrogant, they're probably not insured. So it will be the licence payer who ends up paying it. Anyway. The Labour flagship policy that did say day one safety for unfair dismissal has now been changed to 6 months. As unemployment rises. So this is the employee's Bill of Rights, which basically means that as an employer I don't want to take anyone on now, because they have more power than I do, and if they're just complete waste of space, can't get rid of them anymore. I'd be sued. And I can imagine lots of companies, particularly big companies, they can't be arsed with all that. So yeah, we're going to see unemployment go up again and again and again. It's already gone up, hasn't it, on Tuesday. Wednesday, Putin says Russia will take more lands unless Kyiv take more interest in the peace talks. Now, bearing in mind that Kyiv have been all over the peace talks, and it's Russia and America who've been keeping them away. Like, no, you can't. No, you can't talk about it. No, we're talking about it. We'll let you know what we decide. I think that's a bit rich, isn't it, coming from Putin? Hang on a minute. Putin is a war criminal and should be in prison. That's me not going to Russia for 5 years. Although the Russians might come and see me. Ricing anyone? 24-year-old charged for attack at Bondi Beach. Now this is the son of the 50-year-old who got killed, along with 15 other people. Still 12 people in hospital. And resident doctors yesterday started their 5-day strike. Keir Starmer was not happy. I kind of like the junior doctors now. They're not called junior doctors, resident doctors, sorry. Isn't the Russian army crap though? Yes, of course it is, if you think about it. They were going to invade Ukraine and within 6 weeks have the whole of Ukraine. Now bearing in mind, Ukraine is huge. I mean, it's a massive country. So 6 weeks, that's some going. But here we are, so many years in, and they've kind of took like a little bit of a slither around the edge. But the problem is, they're just blowing things up for no reason. How do you launder money these days? Ukraine it. Very good, Buzzard County. Yeah, we always used to be scared of the Russian army, didn't we? I think that ship sailed. Definitely. So, France and Germany have major public broadcasters of national channels like France Television 235 and ZDR Erst and TSF Phoenix KA. These state-backed channels offer news. Yeah, but is it considered as biased as the news we get? We don't need to worry until they buy 8,000 dinghies. That's a good point. Thank you, Daniel. Resident. Oh, no, I've done that. Today, well, actually, it was overnight, but it was technically today. Donald Trump gives a Trumpian speech, praising himself of how wonderful he is as Prime Minister, as President, and how he's solved all the problems of the entire world. And he's got an award. I don't know whether he put his medal on. I've not seen the whole thing yet, but I know he's put his medal on. He got from FIFA. You know that. Let's shut the annoying little prat up and give him a medal. Medal. Oh no, I haven't seen that. No, but I know how bad the Russian army are, because let's be honest, they should have, in theory, they should have took it over. I mean, if you remember, when the war started and the people of Ukraine were out in the streets and they were making Molotov cocktails and putting little polystyrene balls in with the petrol and shoving the thing on top, ready to throw at the tanks and everything, so that the polystyrene would melt and stick to the tanks, which would cause more damage. And you're looking at these people thinking, they're brave, give them that, but they've got no chance. And here we are years later. TV channels offer news, culture and entertainment, general independent in programming. Oh, so they're not like the BBC then, who are about as independent as places that are not very independent, of which there are many, it has to be said. So, anyway, I'm trying to get up to the Doctor Who bit. We've not had, what's he called? Oh God, I see we forget. Telling us what he's done this week. Or did he say see us in the new year? I think he might have said he would see us in the new year. So, anyway, that's this week's news so far. There is a lot more news to come, obviously, when we do the breaking news section. But I think it's time to have a bit of more light-hearted news. Well, not all of it's light-hearted, to be fair. And some of it will be of interest to a stato. Indirectly. But he knows that already. There's a hint. So, oof, that was horrible. 27 people arrested as a huge police convoy arrives in Knowsley in Liverpool. And I've seen the video, and it is like something out of a movie. Just this huge line of police vans going to various different destinations around Liverpool to smash cocaine, cannabis, e-bikes, watches, and all other bits of criminality that's going on in Liverpool. I mean, I wasn't aware there was any criminality in Liverpool, but apparently, yeah, they needed the entire police force of the entire country to go and sort it out. It will now add to the backlog, though, of the courts needing to get stuff sorted. So that's not good, is it? Anyway, we digress. Or do we? Yeah, we do. We digress. Here we go. The Supreme Leader of the People's Republic of Britain, Keir Rongan. I mean, that is fucking brilliant. I mean, really, 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 really good. Yeah, whoever come up with that, you are super though. When was this? Last week? Could have been weekend actually, so literally the Friday, Saturday. Might have been Friday morning. I mean, I don't know, I'll be honest. I've slept since then. The Daily Sport. President poised to reveal ET truth on Christmas Day. Trump has said space aliens are living in Wigan. Wigan. And there's a very old picture there of Wigan. I think we've still got the... yeah. Daily Sport, famous for its true fact-checked journalism, which I remember decades ago when they first set up, they had World War II bomber found on moon 1 week. The week after, World War II bomber, Nazi World War One, Nazi World War II bomber found on moon, and there was a picture of the moon with a massive World War II Nazi bomber on it with all the logos on and everything. And then the week after, it was Nazi bomber on moon disappears. No, really. Another one, Elvis Presley's head replaced by football, as in a soccer ball. And there was a front page of the coffin, x-rayed, with the football where the head should be. I mean, obvious if you think about it. Next week, mysteriously, head replaced, or head returns to Elvis. So, yeah. London bus found on the moon. Yeah. One of my regulars, I nearly said semi-regulars, but he buys at sports, so semi's probably not the word. He comes in and he flicks through it, the paper, and yeah, it's not changed. I mean, you know, people want to look for misogyny. Well, you know where to look. I remember they used to do a count on the cover of the paper. I don't think they can do it now. I don't think there's. I think there's more than what there is pounds that Donald Trump's trying to get off the BBC in every issue. But yeah, it's a hilarious newspaper. It was today actually, Stato, but yes, it was. Mrs. Hello, it's me from Wigan. Hello, it's me. I'm at the painting contest. Oh, Anna great. Oh, Wigan's great. Oh, me. Was there. So, yeah. A number of people moaning about her to me, and I'm like, I've never met the woman. It's not my fault. Anyway, this is true, isn't it? Hang in there, guys. Only a few more days to go. And there's gussetless and waistbands, torn underpants, and socks with holes in. Because if you're a bloke, I mean I don't, but if you're a bloke, I must buy you the buzzard. Was that who it is? Yeah. Clur. Hello, it's me, Cilla Black. Oh, it's our Clur. Hello, Clur. Hello, Cilla, it's me. It's me, Cilla. Look, can you see me on the telly? Oh, God, that woman. Someone only does good news, but made an effort to go to the fire at Jack's nightclub when we didn't know there was anyone in there and not burning alive, and filmed it and posted it. And then yesterday, there's a teenager lad gone missing. She's there filming the underwater search team bus. I mean, talk about good news, love. Neither of them are good news. I know, but it's all about me, innit? Oh, fucking hell. She does my head in. Founded by David Sullivan, the Sunday Sport first appeared on newsstands 14th of September 1986. Yeah, because it was a Sunday newspaper at the time. It was only on Sundays. Anyway, don't worry guys, you're getting new undies and you're getting new socks. The birthday paradox. If just 23 people are in a room, there's a 50% chance 2 people share a birthday. Not the actual born on the exact same day. The month and the day is the same. I mean, how that works, I don't know. But my childminder's daughter, when my daughter was very young, her daughter had the same birthday as me. And one of the guys on the committee, his birthday was the same as me when I was at the race club. So I've known 2 people. There's someone else as well, I can't remember who it was now. But there's 3 people I know who've got the same birthday as me, but not the same birth year. I'm older than everyone, so yeah. Sunday Report quickly became known for its outlandish and farcical content with headlines such as Adolf Hitler was a woman, aliens turned our son into a fish finger, and donkey robs bank. Yeah, all classics. All classics. It's nice to have some light relief, isn't it? The drink 8 glasses of water a day advice came from a 1945 recommendation with no medical basis. You should drink when thirsty. Your body is pretty good by judging when it's low on water. And yeah, it's right. But the woman there could do doing some decorating in her house. She's got a posh glass, but I mean, look at the wall behind her. Hi Craig, are you all packed, ready for your trip later on? He died in 2003, but his voicemail got a new message in 2021. So this is from Conspiracy Theories, which I'm not going to get too involved in because it sucks you in and it's just like, this is nonsense. But this one's interesting. The message said, coming home, please leave the porch light on. So Daniel Cole disappeared in 2003 during a hiking trip to Oregon. After a week-long search, only his backpack and a torn page from his journal were found. The case was ruled accidental death. His phone, an old Nokia, was recovered, but dead, as in the battery had gone. The family kept the number active for years, unable to let go. Then, in June 2021, his sister received a voicemail at 2:14 a.m. A soft voice, unmistakably his, said, coming home, please leave the porch light on. That was all. No background noise, just static and breathing. The carrier traced the message and it said it originated from unknown tower ID listed inactive since 1999. Expert tried to analyse the voice print. It was 97% matched to Daniel's, but the phone model he owned couldn't record or send voice messages. The porch light is still on every night, just in case. That's creepy. Creepy. There will never be another normal wisdom. It was always so naturally funny. As you get older, 3 things happen. The first is your memory goes, and I can't remember the other 2. Can't argue with that. Sam Smith has broken the internet. This is from Lamented, so it's made up. Sam Smith has broken the internet, announcing his new gender identity for the festive season, revealing he is bi-hemisexual. Sam explains, bi-hemisexual means I'm attracted to people from both sides of the equator. My attraction shifts depending on my latitude. People might say they don't get it, but it's not theirs to get, he maraded. So yeah. I sent my son to his room for saying Jim Morrison was a terrible musician. Sorry, but we do not slam the doors in this house. Jim Morrison, lead singer of the Doors, the rock group from the 60s. Come on baby, light my fire. People are strange, people are strangers. My people are strange. More facts that sound totally fake but are true. These are impressive. This one, for example, which I don't really believe. The human body glows just not enough to see with the naked eye. So why can't we see it with cameras and things like that? So yeah. This one, birds do not pee. Well, I know that. Birds poo. Their poo is very wet because their pee and poo is the same thing. But this is the reason why I've chose this one. Your eyes can distinguish more shades of green than any other colour. Now, if you remember, a while ago now, I think it was probably springtime, might have even been on one of the Wigan walks I did, or Wigan Watch, before I did the Wigan walks. And I said my mother, who's an artist, always said that she loved early spring because there's millions of different shades of green on all the leaves because they're all at different stages and they're all, some are thicker than others, therefore the light gets through better or doesn't get through better, or they're in shade, or it's a different species of tree, or it's a, it's the climate's slightly different from that tree over there, and all these different shades. And now it proves that it is. Did you hear about the Scottish man who changed his bed for a trampoline? Not Scottish man, sorry. As I reading that, I read who wrote it. Sorry. Did you hear about the man who changed his bed for a trampoline? His wife hit the roof. Oh, very good. Oh. Chernobyl's protective shield is broken. It can no longer confine radiation after a drone strike. Yeah, well done, Putin. The steel dome that encloses the ruins of Chernobyl in Ukraine suffered significant structural damage after a drone strike. Although no radioactive material has yet been released, the shelter's core safety function has been compromised. The new safe confinement, completed in 2016 to contain the radioactive remnants of the 1986 disaster, was struck, causing a fire and what the AEEA calls significant structural damage. Now, to me, that looks like a Banksy painting as well. It's just said. Talking of light, it will start after the 21st of December. The days will start to get longer. Yay! I have to nip out, so say bye in case I'm not back before you finish. No worries, Daniel. Take care. Oh, that's exactly what Scottish man said. Girl, sorry. I'm still thinking of the man with the trampoline. See if a Scottish man would buy trampolines, replace it for a bed. I mean, ever see the price of trampolines? This is interesting. Wigan Today, another picture from 2010. This one of Wigan Athletics players' annual Christmas visit to the children on Wigan Infirmary's Rainbow Ward. Mohammed Diam, James McCarthy, Hugo Rogella, James MacArthur and Ronnie Stam are with Robbie Coleman, 14, from Pemberton, who was given a signed Latic shirt, and his mum Michelle. And doesn't Robbie look happy? There it is. I know Robbie. I used to go out with his auntie. So, I didn't know he was in hospital in 2010. We'd already split up by then. But anyway, he's made a full recovery, and I do see him semi-regularly. 21st of December, shortest day of the year, longest day in Australia, and also officially the start of winter. All true, yes, indeed. Well, where's that gone? There it is. This is cool. One of my favourite films of all time, there are not many, is RoboCop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Your move, creep, etc. 11-foot tall RoboCop statue now stands in Detroit. The 1987 film was set in a post-apocalyptic Detroit, and there it is, and it does look rather smart. That's a clip from a video, and that's as good as I could get a bloody clip of it. So just it's fine. Breaking from lamented, it's made up. Keir Starmer now has the lower approval rating than Scottish serial killer Dennis Nielsen. I say it's made up. It could be actually true. Remember last week we were talking about it's not Christmas until you've told a roll of sellotape to cough. Well, yeah, this is a roll of sellotape saying, I'm here, just kidding, I'm here, haha, I'm here, and it's not. You can never find the end of it. Really annoying. RoboCop is on ITV4 now as you speak. Alright, I'm going to have to go down and watch it. I'll say it's one of my favourite films of all time. I like RoboCop the remake as well. What I didn't like was the fact they called it RoboCop and did it as a reboot. Why didn't they just do it as, this is the next generation of RoboCop or something? That would have been, perfectly fine. I was yelling at the sellotape today. There you go then. It's officially Christmas. Oscar Pastrami with the perfect icebreaker at the McLaren Christmas party. This year has been pretty tiring at points. It's worn us pretty thin, but not quite as thin as our planks in Las Vegas, which was, if you follow F1, that's actually quite clever. Lando Norris, 7 years since Lando Norris signed for McLaren. He said, I just hope whatever I do is going to be good enough, because it's not that I just want to be with McLaren, it's I want to win with McLaren. And they've now won 2 championships, team championships, and he's won his first personal F1 championship as well, so well done. Oh, Christmas is cancelled, folks. Chris Rea's car has failed MOT. So we're not driving home for Christmas. Have you ever done something and completely and utterly messed it up? I mean completely and utterly messed it up. Absolutely, completely messed it up. And people have said, how have you done that? Well, look at this. Remember, if you're going to something up, keen up enough for people to wonder how the hell you did it. That's fantastic. Selena 52 truck stop. Due to budget issues, Selena 52 was unable to hire the real Santa this year for photos, so we're using a Santa mannequin instead. We realise, while very lifelike, it's not quite the same as the real Santa. Therefore, photos with Santa are only $5 this year. And there's a picture there of a mannequin dressed as Santa in an open coffin, with parents taking pictures of a small child bawling his eyes out. I mean, the chances are it's AI, but that's funny AI. I don't mind AI when it's funny. Sellotape, or transparent cellulose tape, was first invented by 3M engineer Richard Drew in 1930 in St. Paul, Minnesota. The British band Sellotape itself emerged later in 1937. Thank you, Stato. And of course, for many of us from a certain generation, if we're watching Blue Peter, it was always referred to as sticky back plastic because you couldn't advertise on the BBC. Yeah, true. Sweden has the only ski-through McDonald's. Genuinely, that's all you need to know. Barcelona 1906, the Sagrada Familia Basilica in the background, 24 years into its construction. What I didn't realise was that the area was a complete wasteland, Barcelona, where they started building it, and now all the roads lead to it. That's why I call him Stato Alan. He's the guy with the stats. Now, the Arndale Centre celebrated its 50th year, and I remember watching the Arndale Centre being built. Mainly the bit where you go past the Ryland building, which was the Debenhams building, and you cross over the road, and you've got like that Joe Horner's coffee shop on the corner, and you go a bit further down, and then you see the yellow tiles in the background, well, above. I watched them put them on that corner. I stood there and watched them do that during my school holidays years ago when I used to go to Manchester. So this is a bus leaving the Arndale Centre bus station, which was underground, well, underneath, and there was like a road that went through the Arndale Centre, a dual carriageway. This is a bus leaving. What I didn't know was, after the bomb went off, they never reopened the bus station again. And then years later, the entire building got remodelled and there's no bus station left. The bus station moved around a bit. But what I'm pointing out here is Clipper card. Who remembers a Clipper card? I mean, I had a Clipper card. And it was basically a bit of paper. What you try and do with the Clipper card is you put it in and pull it out really quick. Open. Because what it did was, you got like a row of numbers, so it'd say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 on this strip of card, and you put it in, and every time you put it in, it'd chop one of the numbers off. The machine would chop one of the numbers off. So what I'd do is put it in and pull it out really quick. So it'd chop a number off, but it would only chop, say, an eighth of the number off. Or, no, 8/10 of the number off. So by the time I got to the end of it, I could actually have a free bus trip. They were brilliant. The MOT Ministry of Transport test started. I didn't know it was Ministry of Transport test. I didn't know that. Started in the UK in 1960 initially as voluntary. Check vehicles over 10 years old, covering basics like brakes, lights, and steering. The MOT became compulsory in 1961. The test stage reduced to 3 years by 1967 and has expanded significantly since to include emissions, bodywork and modern safety systems. Yeah, Clipper card. Did anyone else do that thing with a Clipper card where you put it in and pull it out really quick just so you might get an extra clip at the end of it and get 11 trips for your card? The 10-trip ticket, it says on there. But yeah, that picture just reminded me of the Clipper card. I haven't even thought about a Clipper card for quite a considerable length of time. You had a little plastic wallet sleeve thing to keep it in as well, so it wouldn't get bent. It was, I mean, it's ahead of its time in a way, if you think about it. Because, yeah, I mean, it's basically, you know, like using your mobile phone now, and it just going beep like that. You paid for it in advance, and off you went. I never had a Clipper card, but I'd say I was a kid until I was like 18, so I got cheaper fare. Oh, all the ways you'd scam. But yeah, the Clipper card, I mean, it was brilliant, but it was also completely flawed as well. Like I say, you know, open for messing. I've just had a close look at that bus. Something you don't see these days. Uh-oh, he's going to say something that people are not going to like on the left. Yeah, look at all the faces on the bus. You don't see many people on a bus nowadays. I didn't say anything. I just pointed out there's lots of people on that bus. It's a busy bus. That's all I'm saying. Don't shout at me. How things have changed, eh? Now this is a new thing that's popped up on my social media, but a couple of them are quite funny. As much as I love Skyfall, the bit where Bond drives M to Scotland in his Aston Martin DB5 is very short on detail. In one scene they're in Chelsea, the next in the Highlands. You don't see them having a Burger King in Charnock Richards or Weatherby Services if they'd taken the A1. He's probably wanted by the police, but facial recognition isn't the thing, so he'd be safe. But yeah, he does look a bit. Taking a picture, but no, it's 50 years ago. Don't matter. Clipper cards, paper-based bus tickets in Greater Manchester Transport introduced in December '79 for multi-journey discounts. Yeah, I think you paid a little bit less with a Clipper card. Problem was, if you lost your Clipper card, you had no way of, no redress of getting it back again. So there were the ups and downs. Another one from the same thing. I wrote offensive graffiti about myself in the toilets at work, just so HR had to start an investigation. The level of suspicion it has caused between my colleagues is so empowering that I might step up the hate campaign against myself. Oh, brilliant idea. I mean, obviously don't do it. Bit in the news at the moment about Elgin Marbles again and other stuff. Natural History Museum the British Museum, and sending stuff back to countries of origin where they were stolen from years ago. But would they still exist if they hadn't been stolen years ago? Would they have been destroyed, not looked after, pillaged, stolen by people who kept them in their own private multi-billion mansions things? But this is a fantastic picture here. The British Museum, and there you go, you've got the Acropolis being carried away by two people. In 1962, 37 children drew the same imaginary friend they'd never met. As in, none of the children knew each other. They'd never met each other. 37 children were asked to draw their imaginary friends. A chilling school incident made headlines when 37 children, none of whom had interacted in any way, obviously no internet back then, drew the same imaginary figure. Each sketch shows a tall, faceless man with hollow eyes holding a cord-like object. The children all give him the same name, Yellow Echo. They said he only appeared when it rained. I mean, we're talking spooky. I mean, look. 37 children who've never met each other. All come up with that. That is some crazy poo there, isn't it? Crazy poo. Kids are frightening. The iconic James Bond Aston Martin DB5 in Goldfinger replaced the Aston Martin DB Mark III, which was driven by Bonds in Ian Fleming's novels. There you go. Of course, they couldn't drive the DB5 in Ian Fleming's models because it hadn't been built then, had it? I think it's frightening as my creepy baby elf. Nah. Got you there, haven't I? Interesting fact. 23,034 slaps can cook a chicken. Put another way, you can cook it in just one slap if your slap velocity reaches 1,666.65 meters per second. So it needs an air fryer anymore. You can cook it by smacking it. And here we go. This is particularly for Stato. Interested in time travel? Meet here last Thursday, 8 p.m. It's brilliant. I love it. Kids are frightening. You're right, said this man, sir. I had to take my son with me to change these customer light bulbs because I'm scared of heights. So I had to upcharge another $2,500 for putting him in harm's way. He earned his $7 today. So proud of him. Oh, brilliant. It's Christmas! Yay! Christmas card has been banned from Sainsbury's because it offends trans people. No, not even joking. This card says on it, "This Christmas I'm identifying as a Grinch. Trans campaigners have called the design an anti-trans dog whistle for suggesting that a person can choose their gender to be anything." So Sainsbury's have pulled it off the shelf. I mean, seriously, what are we at here now? I mean, seriously. A time travel paradox is logical contradiction arising from hypothetical travel to the past. Most famously, the grandfather paradox, killing your grandpa so you're never born to kill him. Yeah, I do it with my mother. I say, not kill my mother, just clarify. I say, if you go back in time and kill your mother while she's pregnant with you, you're never born. So if you're never born, you can't go back in time to kill your mother while she's pregnant with you, which means you will be born, so you can go back in time to kill your mother while she's pregnant with you. Special Christmas cards released for the Barnsley market. You could insert any local town really. Merry Christmas to my wonderful brother and boyfriend. Now when I first read that, I read it as they're putting it there, as in brother and boyfriend, it's the same person. But it's obviously your brother who's got a boyfriend. So it makes sense. Another paradox is bootstrap paradox, an object or information with no origin, like time traveller giving Shakespeare his own plays. Alright, yeah. That was touched on Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, wasn't it? With something on a cereal box that someone then went back into time and then sued with the thing that they'd written on the cereal box, and then sued the cereal company for using something that they'd brought up before the cereal box had it on. Oh, the brother's boyfriend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I read it at first. But yeah, it's it's your brother's brother. No, your brother's boyfriend, not your brother and boyfriend the same person. Your boyfriend is your brother. No, it's not that. I mean, that would be specialist. Oh. And then we got this one. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. And now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head. She's touching his chest now. He pulls off her dress. Now let me go. Very clever. I'm going to go back in time and eat my tea again, Mother. Okay, fair enough. And that ends this section, but you'll be pleased to know that this section of the show or podcast was brought to you by the numbers 6-7. Sorry. Oh God, it irritates me so much. The Count, he loves to count, 'cause he's an absolute count. Yes, you're right, it was mentioned in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah, I read the book and I watched the BBC adaptation of it. What I liked about the BBC adaptation of it was done on zero budget. The bit where they go on the Vulgon ship and they're in the storage room floor thing, and Ford Prefect says to what's he called, Arthur, oh, we need to get some towels, and he bangs and this door opens up and he reaches into this cabinet thing and gets a towel, gives him a towel. The thing that opened up was a grit box that you see on the side of the road at the bottom of hills where they put grit in that are normally bright yellow, but they sprayed it black, and there's a piece of wood. Someone's underneath with a piece of wood going like that when he hits it, so it opens and then it goes back down again. And even at the time when I first saw it, I thought, I like this because it's done on zero budget. Please leave the singing to the professionals, rude. Oh no, Elder's down with the lingo. Next to be saying skibbity, skibbity, and Riz. Yo, this is Riz, man. Yeah, down with it, innit? Yeah, 6-7, Riz. Time to go do some gooning, apparently. I had a very awkward conversation with someone. I thought they were on about gurning. Turns out it's not gurning. I'm like, oh yeah. When was the last time you gooned? Not for a while. I used to practice when I was a kid, looking in the mirror and watching my facial expressions, because, you know. But I'll wait for my teeth to fall out and then I'll do it properly. At which point this person was absolutely wetting themselves laughing. And then someone later pointed out that they weren't talking about gurning, where people pull funny faces, we're talking about something else. The cat always reminds me of Ray Reardon. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. I'm not going into detail about what gooning is. Whatever you do, do not look it up. Anyway, breaking news. I'm not gooning anytime soon. Oh, yeah, breaking news. What is going on here? Several feet dead after private jet crashes into flames at US airports. That's only 4 hours ago. Met Police sees £80,000 worth of stolen goods from lawless car boot sale. Well, all car boot sales are lawless, isn't it? Keir Starmer planning new King's speech after the May elections. I didn't see this, but I will watch it back. So Keir Starmer's cabinet branded a bunch of... Oh, where's Lisa Nandy? She's not on that picture. A bunch of turkeys during PMQs. Kevin Baynock's definitely come on in leaps and bounds and things. FIFA plunged into new World Cup ticket row after charging disabled fans double. Missing girl found alive 42 years after 42 years of no idea she'd been taken. Metro. It's BBC Sports Personality of the Year tonight. I assume it's already been announced. My vote would go for Lando Norris, but I know he won't win it. Or he hasn't won it. I don't know, he might have won it. Who knows? Anyone over 60 urged to spend £1 in Asda in December. Furious shoppers threatened to boycott Bolton supermarket. Morrison's in Bolton have took all their Christmas decorations down. Yeah. Rory McIlroy wins Sports Personality of the Year ahead of Ellie Kildone and Lando Norris. Keir Starmer appoints career diplomat Christian Turner as US ambassador to replace Mandelson. Interest rates reduced to near 3-year low, but further cuts are a closer call. So Kemi Badenoch says sexism classes aren't a distraction. British boys are not the problem. That is true. I mean, some British boys are absolute twonks when it comes to dealing with men in general. But nothing compared to our friends in the rubber dinghies. Londoners face eye-watering 75% council tax hikes. Putin calls. Vladimir Putin calls EU leaders little pigs ahead of a summit in Brussels. Oh dear. John Travolta's son Ben is Riley Keough's biological child, Priscilla Presley's ex-business partner claims. What? I don't even understand that. Third of Britain's using AI for emotional support. Oh yeah, that's going to be good, isn't it? Roman and Martin Kemp land huge Channel 4 programme in major career move. Oh, okay. Wayne Lineker suffers severe second attack concerning health updates. Right, okay, that's it, I think, for the breaking news. Yeah, we do Whiplash. I mean, we do the funny stuff, and then we hit the hard stuff. What? I don't know. Please pull over driver balancing sofa on roof of car with one hand. Okay, fair enough. Could possibly go wrong. Keir Starmer says we're fighting for you. Today's new workers' right law shows we're delivering. Yeah, but employers will not be employing. There's a chip shop selling deep fried festive treats including mince pies. Father of 4 found guilty of manslaughter after... Oh, it's not in England. Stabbing an intruder to death with a knife. Bonnie Blue. If you've never heard of Bonnie Blue, don't worry about it. Slams Kemi Badenoch after Tory leader branded her disgusting. It's Orwellian fury as Labour plans to send 11-year-old boys on anti-misogyny courses. Yeah, it's absolute bullshit. It really is. Just haven't got a clue, have they? Done that one. Done that one. We'll treat violence against women like terror and gang crime. We should be doing that already. But also violence against men. Oh no, Coronation Street wasn't on last night, apparently. King left in stitches as man deliberately breaks royal protocol. I haven't finished. Okay. Labour MPs rebel over Lammy's mad jury plans. Yeah, why have we got someone who doesn't know anything about justice in charge of justice? Oh, the air crash you mentioned killed a NASCAR driver and his family. Oh, that's terrible. Ugh. And yeah, Bonnie, don't Google Bonnie. Whatever you do, don't Google Bonnie. So, tragic end to the show, to the podcast. Feel, yeah, a bit deflated. Anyway, I'm over it. No, it's awful. It's been one of them weeks. Yeah, so that is it anyway. So we'll have a look at our top fans. Number 1 is DT, 125 XP. Alan Barton, 2nd with 75. Angela, 3rd with 75. Sadie Samantha, 4th with 75. Stato, 5th with 75. Craig, who's flying over literally as we speak, he's on 50 XP. Jord on 50 XP in 7th, and Buzzard County on 58 in 8th. 50 in 8th place. Pardon me. Well, next week is Christmas Day, so I might do it on Boxing Day instead. So I'll do it on Friday, because I normally have my Christmas party on my own on Christmas Day. So yeah, I'll probably do it on Friday next week. Well spotted. And then it's New Year's Day the week after. So I've got a lot of work to do because I need to change the entire look of the entire channel between now and then. So much to do, so little time to do it. Not on your own, you have silence. Oh, yeah, which can be asked. She's currently snoring in her shoebox. Can't say. Sorry. It is though. So yeah, that is it. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. Been on for an hour and 10 minutes, so that's about right, really, isn't it? JT as well. You can go on your break now. You've listened to this, and I'll be seeing you. Probably. I don't think we're doing any more live streams, possibly until Tuesday. So I'll go with my mum's on Tuesday, but it'll be later than usual as well. So yeah, so just keep an eye on the notification bell and all that. Yeah. Yeah, you have a great. Oh yeah, of course. Have a great Christmas, everybody. and I'll be seeing you on to the side of Christmas. Until then, my nose getting bunged up. I hope I'm not coming down with a cold. Until then, bye.